Ah!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Northwest Magic. We got big dinosaurs. Yeah, we're talking about the new VELOCI-RAMP-TOR Commander deck. My name is Howie.
I'm Levi, and today we're talking about Pantlaza, Sun Favored. It is 2 red, green, and white. Whenever Pantlaza, Sun Favored, or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. To discover, you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with that mana value or less, cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's really similar to Cascade, but you get to put it into your hand if you don't cast it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
It's
dang
cool.
sick. Lots of dinosaurs have a lot of high mana costs and a lot of big toughness, so what's really cool about this deck is that it encapsulates some of the best parts of Magic. Just throwing down, slapping down big boys and hitting your opponents with them. Wouldn't you say that's some of the best parts of Magic, Howie?
Yeah. It's the green-red dino thing to do.
Mm-hmm,
That's what we like, the dino thing.
So
this is a Precon upgrade video. We're going to add 10 cards to the VELOCI-RAMP-TOR Precon, and we're going to take 10 cards out. We're going to talk about the part you guys came here for, first, the 10 cards to add. I'm going to start us off with my favorite card. my favorite
card ever.
Itali, Primal Conqueror. You all saw it coming, maybe. It's 5 red, so it's 7 mana for a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur, 7/7 with trample. When Itali enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way for free. And then it has an ability, 9 and a Phyrexian mana, to flip it into a monster thing.
Some
Primal
kind of
Sickness.
monster.
Turns into an 11/11 trample indestructible. When it deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. If they get 10 poison counters, they just straight up lose automatically. Automagically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like the card.
I hope we don't get sued
Lots
over
of value.
that. Over that comment you just made.
Automagically.
Yeah. Itali works really well here. And he's a dinosaur. 7 toughness is pretty solid. And being able to cast people's things are good. Another dinosaur that is also a vampire. We have Galta and Maven. I have a Galta Maven deck. Galta Maven's actually really cool. For 3 green, white, it's a 12/12 with trample. Whenever you attack, okay, this creature doesn't have to be the one attacking. Whenever you attack, you either create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures, or create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. I could see a lot of the times in this deck making another dinosaur that's really big and has trample. So, hitting hard. But you don't have to. You can also, if you have a decent amount of dinosaurs out and you want to make some lifelinkers to hold back, you absolutely can. Very, very versatile here. And the 12 toughness really helps with that Discover X.
Yeah. And his tokens can help with the Discover X too, because it's an ETB from your commander. Doesn't even care if they're cast or not.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Pretty cool. So we're adding the big guns, right? So we added Big Mama Dino, Gishath, Sun's Avatar, 5 red, green, white. 8 mana for a legendary creature dinosaur avatar. It's a 7/6 with vigilance, trample, and haste. Look at all those keywords. Whenever Gishath deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom in a random order. It comes in, people don't expect it, it swings, it deals combat damage, stays up as a blocker, puts lots of dinos down. Great card.
Yeah, not much else to be said about this.
This is a different commander too. If you didn't want to run Pantlaza, but Pantlaza is really cool too. But this one's also cool. They're both cool.
Bit older. Let's get a few things out of the way here. We have a few dinosaur, or not a few. We have a couple dinosaur cost reducers. So I'm just gonna put these together. We got Kinjali's Collar and Knight of the Stampede. Kinjali's Collar is 1 white for a human cleric. Dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And then Knight of the Stampede is 3 and a green. Dinosaur spells cost 2 less to cast. We really want to be able to get these dinosaurs out. And with the cost reduction, that really, really helps. Because a lot of these guys have pretty high CMC.
Oh, yeah. And there's a couple already in the deck, like Marauding Raptor and Otepic Huntmaster. So if you can get 1 or 2 of these out, you'll save a lot of mana throughout the course of the game.
Indeedio, daddy-o.
Kind of bouncing off of those 2 cards, I want to talk about a Jurassic Park card.
This card's so good!
You guys can add. It's so cool.
So good.
It's called Hunting VELOCI-RAMP-TOR. It's a must. 2 and a red, 3 mana for a dinosaur with first strike. It's a 3/2. It says dinosaur spells you cost. Whoa, cast.
He got British there for a second.
Whoa. Have Prowl 2 and a red. It says Prowl is you may cast a spell for its Prowl cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with a creature with any of its creature types. So with those cost reducers we just talked about, you can potentially just pay red for any of your dinosaurs, and that's a pretty good value. You want to pay red for your green-white Galton Maven? Go ahead and do it.
Go ahead.
Have some fun. It's awesome. It's probably the best card you could possibly add to this deck.
It's like a sneak attack without its... first. It's honestly, no, it's fine. Let's save it for what it really is. It's good. Like, this is a fantastic dinosaur card. I truly don't think this is one that you can not put in. Like, this is a put in every dinosaur deck period ever. It just goes probably in. It's a must.
Yeah, absolutely. Not even probably. You're right.
Yeah.
Like you always are.
Like I always am. Another cool one that's new is Bonehard Dracyouur. I really like this one's name. 3 and 2 red. It has flying, and first strike, it's a dinosaur dragon. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exiled a land card this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exiled a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. So this does what some of the impulse draw doesn't do, right? Where it still gives you something. If you're unable to cast or play those cards that you exiled, you're still getting something out of this. That is amazing. And I love that about this Bonehard Dracyouur.
It's card advantage, it's ramp, and it makes a 3/1 dino. Like,
what more could you ask for?
And they're not exclusive. You can get all 3 of those if you play your cards. Hit your cards right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play the game of luck of the draw. It's a super solid card. This is one of the chase cards of the set, I think.
And it just so happens to be a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur dragon. It's pretty cool. What else are we going to add? I'm going to add Silverclad Verocidons. Yeah.
Yeah, after thinking about it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. It's 5 red for a dinosaur. It's an 8/5. When it is dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent. Doesn't feel very red, but it's pretty cool. It's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
We have a few things in here too that let you hurt yourself. Hurt yourself. It's already in the deck. You'll see it when you play.
Yeah, you see it when you play.
Yourself.
There's a little bit of that going on. Hurting yourself in this deck. Dinosaurs have that kind of little sub-theme to them anyway. Enrage, yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. And I think we have this last one. No, we haven't. We have 2 more. Polani's Hatcher, 3 red and green. Other dinosaurs you control have haste. That's the thing that we care most about. It's giving your dinosaurs haste that's attached to a dinosaur body. Pretty solid. But it also has, when it enters the battlefield, create 2 0/1 green dinosaur egg creature tokens at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control one or more eggs, sacrifice an egg, then create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token. Icing on the cake, but like I said, good for giving your dinosaurs haste. You want to swing with them dinos.
Oh, yes. Lastly, I'm going to add Blasphemous Act. It's 8 and a red, but really just red. It's a sorcery. It says, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. This will always cost 1 mana. Like, I've never seen this cast for more than 1 mana in my entire existence of living, being a human being, ever.
Or a dinosaur.
Or a dinosaur, even when I was prehistoric Howie. When I was discovered.
Howie Sore.
X. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. I should probably finish and say what it does. So, it's a board wipe for cheap, which is pretty cool. You can swing in, and if you need to, after you swing in, blow up the board. Whatever. Super solid at all times. But also, it hits all your stuff for your enraged triggers that you do have. And notably, there's a new card in here I wanted to point out called Wrathful Raptors. It's already in the deck. You don't have to add it. It's a 5 mana dinosaur with trample. And it says whenever a dinosaur you control is dealt damage from anywhere, it deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dinosaur. You know what isn't a dinosaur? Players. If you get, for every 3 dinosaurs you have out, you basically kill a player with Blasphemous Act and Wrathful Raptors out. That's 39 damage to a non-dinosaur player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really sick combo.
Good. And that's
really,
assuming
really
that
combo.
you've only lost 1 life that game. Like, odds are people have lost life, so it's really good.
Yeah.
Super solid. You should add it.
Yeah, I love that interaction with Blasphemous Act and those raptors.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, let's get on to our removes, our cuts. We had to cut 10 cards from this deck. Honestly, all these Ixalan precons are genuinely pretty difficult to do cuts for. So
some of these were hurtful.
Some of these are hurtful, and
I became enraged.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you guys if you wanted to keep some of these dinos in, some of these cards in. So, yeah, let's get started with one that got basically replaced by its own self. Itali Primal Storm. It's a 4 and 2 red. Whenever it attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of the spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. Does basically what the other one does, except the other one has an ETB. So
this one can whiff.
Yeah, this one can whiff this one can whiff. It's just simply worse. Let's be real. And
it's solid. It's just you got to wait a turn cycle. Usually we do have some haste enablers, but like.
It's one that you don't want to play unless you have haste. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen this card played several times when I've been playing. It so rarely makes it a turn cycle, guys. Like, it so rarely ever makes it. Someone removes it almost all the time. So, yeah, we took that one out.
I'm going to cut a card.
Yeah.
It's a little baby dino. It's called a Itzquinth.
Itzquinth, the baby.
Itzquinth.
It's all in Japanese for me.
Firstborn of Gishath. Yeah, as of the recording, it's in Japanese, but I think that's the actual official English title. Itzquinth, Firstborn of Gishath. I'm going to say it 12 more times. It's a 2 mana. It's red and green for a 2/3, and I should probably pull up what it does. It's got haste. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. When you do, target dinosaur you control deals damage to another target creature equal to its power. If you go more into the enrage route, this is good. It's actually a super solid card. I just, like Levi said, this is just a very hard deck to cut some of these cards out of. I wouldn't say it'd be wrong to keep this card in. It just didn't fit with this upgrade video that you guys have been watching.
Yes. Yeah, that's an interesting one. We decided to also take out the secondary commander, Weta, Trainer Prodigy. Basically just piggybacking off of what Howie said. we decided to go less enrage route, so this is like an enrage commander.
Yeah.
It's red, green, white, legendary creature, human warrior, haste, 2 and a green, and tap. Target creature you control fights another target creature. This ability costs 2 less to activate if it targets 2 creatures you control. So you you make your dinosaurs kiss a little bit, and some stuff happens. If a creature you control being dealt damage causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. You guys can see where this is going. Card. Yeah, very, very awesome. But, you know how we love double triggers. Me and Howie say it all the time. We should get some t-shirts. If we ever get merch, we should do that. We should put like something like double triggers.
We'll talk about if you do it again.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway, it just isn't fitting. It's a super sweet
commander. But yeah, we're not. There are still enraged cards in the deck, but like we're just leaning more into big, crazy dinos and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she's a person.
She's a human. What else?
Yeah.
What else, Howie?
Oh god, I want to talk about this card. I don't like this card actually. It's called Thundering Spineback. It's 5 green for a dinosaur. It's a 5/5. That already hurts me right there. 7 mana for a 5 power dinosaur. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. I don't want to pay 7 mana for an anthem.
We're spoiled by like 1 or 2 mana anthems.
Oh yeah.
Why should we have to pay 7?
Yeah, or 3? 7 mana.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then it says it has another ability. It's 5 and a green. Create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. So at minimum, you're probably paying, unless you do some cool prowl costs and stuff with Jurassic Park, you're gonna pay 13 mana for a 3/3. You get a little bit more with it, but that's kind of, you know what I mean? That's like your end goal. Or you're going to pay 19 mana for 2 3/3s and a 5/5. That's just, the rate ain't good, guys.
We decided to also take out Zatalpa Primal Dawn. This is one that gets put into a lot of commander decks. Oh, it used to be put into a lot of them, a lot of the more earlier ones. It was like,
it was a meme.
I swear it was a meme. They put it in everything where it didn't even matter. I think it was in like the most random decks with white in there. It didn't matter. If it had white, they put Zatalpa. 6 and 2 white. It's a legendary elder dinosaur, flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, indestructible. Its toughness is good for its discovery proc for Pants over here, but
Pantlaza.
Other than that, the format is kind of going away from high cost things that just have a lot of things on them, you know? At the end of the day, it just has double strike. It's doing like 8 damage, vigilance, trample, indestructible.
I did a little bit of fact checking. This card was printed in Commander 2019, Commander 2020, Commander 2021, Dominaria United Commander. And I'm not sure if it was in one of the precons, but it was in Commander Masters. So this card has been printed to the ground. You can get its cheapest printing for 23 cents.
Yeah, this thing is just been around the block.
It's not the worst card, but it's far from the best.
The thing about it is that, yeah, like you said, it can be replaced by so much better now. Like, I just feel like it's getting outgrown, you know?
Yeah, I don't like it at all. But let me tell you about the worst card ever made. It's called Shifting Ceratops. It's 2 green for 5/4. This spell can't be countered. It's a dinosaur too. They're all dinosaurs. Protection from blue, and then it has another ability where you pay a green, and it gets your choice of reach, trample, or haste until end of turn. This basically reads 4 mana, do nothing. It will enter the battlefield most likely because it can't be countered, but like,
cool.
4 mana to pay more mana to give it some stuff like that. It's useless. I don't like it.
If you want it to attack that turn, it's basically 5 mana.
Yeah,
basically.
Gross.
For a 5/4,
it'll just get chump blocked by your opponent's Scoot Swarm or whatever.
And then if you want to give it trample, you're gonna have to pay another. So that's 6 mana.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So it starts to not really be all that worth. So, couple boring things. We took out 2 lands. Temple of the False Gods and Mosswort Bridge. Hideaway really isn't too terrible or anything, but it's just kind of whatever. Like I don't blame you if you want to keep this in. Like Hideaway isn't horrible or anything. Most of the time I feel like people just forget about their Hideaway card.
Yeah.
And Temple of the False Gods. All my homies hate Temple of the False Gods.
Temple of the False God is the worst card in your deck, no matter what deck you have.
You're based if you
it's not
hate
worth
Temple of the False
slot.
Gods.
Ever.
It doesn't do
sucks.
anything unless you have
nothing.
5 or more lands. Imagine you get this and like maybe you keep a 3 lander and then this is your 4th land you draw into, and then you don't draw a land for like another 2 or 3 land like things. It does nothing.
I tell people how long do your Commander games last? I'd say most Commander games last maybe 10 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a dead card for half your game, most likely, unless you're ramping like crazy, which we have a little bit of ramping here, but it's not worth the opportunity cost of it maybe being like dead in your hand for half the game. It's not good. Never talk to me about it again until the next upgrade video when we also take it out.
Yeah. What else we got?
Don't tell me that you like it in the comments. Next, we're going to talk about. We only got 2 left. Bellowing Aegisaur. It's 5 and a white for a 3/5. It's a dinosaur.
Whoa. Amazing.
Whoa. Has Enrage. Whenever it's dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. It's fine. It's playable. I think it's a little slow at 6 mana, and paying 6 mana to pump everything up once or twice or 3 times maybe throughout the course of several turns. It's not worth it in my eyes.
Another replaceable one.
You don't need it.
Like, you got to ask yourself, like, would you rather have this or would you rather have Bonehard Dracyouur? Right? Like,
I was thinking more like, or Silverclad Ferocity.
Or,
like,
yeah.
You want +1 counters, or you want to, like, 3-for-1 your opponents and just kill all their stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty cool.
The last one is a card that has been around since the dawn of time. Verdant Sun's Avatar.
I mean, since
I don't actually know. It's
original 2017. I was there.
Yeah. Wow, you were?
I was.
5 and 2 green. It's an avatar in addition to being a dinosaur. I think that's silly to me. I don't know why.
It's in the name, Verdant Sun's Avatar.
That's true.
Gishath was also an avatar.
Whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. I mean, it really isn't. It really isn't horrible. Like, I'm not gonna hate on this card way too much, but it's like you don't need it right now. You're caring about hitting things.
Life ain't in our game plan.
Yeah, we don't care
how much life I have. I just want to stomp people.
Most people won't be able, unless they fly over you. Most people won't be able to like do anything to you anyway. They're too scared. They'll be too scared of you.
Too scared of big dinos, Jurassic Parks and stuff. Well, guys, is that everything?
That's everything, Howie.
That was a super cool video, guys.
We love this deck.
I do want to mention, because I think people want us to mention it, is that if you do have the room for an 11th slot, I would have put Galta, the original Galta, because paying 2 mana for a Discover 12 is pretty solid.
Very, very good.
Screen. Put the new art. Show them the new art.
Yeah, new art's really cool too.
Room. It's like the coolest art I've ever seen for a card. I love it. Gishath, Primal Hunger. Yeah, super solid deck though. I like it a lot. I might build dinosaurs. I like it a lot.
Cool. Well, thanks guys. Like and subscribe and comment and let us know what dinosaurs you would add in this deck. I'm Levi. That's Howie. This is Northwest Magic.
Bye.